Good evening and welcome to Case Arena this evening, home of the Frankfort Hot Dogs here in Frankfort, Indiana, where they will play host to the Crawfordsville Athenians. It's IHSAA Volleyball on the ISC Sports Network with Laura Archibald. I'm Sean Walker. We're excited to have this game for you here this evening, a Sagamore Conference matchup as we wind down what seems to have been a very quick IHSAA regular season, Laura.
I know, it always seems to go fast. I guess they say time flies when you're having fun, right?
Frankfort comes into the season. They're 12-13 at almost 500 on the year. Crawfordsville, a 20-8 record that they have. But their Achilles heel this year, Laura, has been matches inside the Sagamore Conference where they're just 2-4.
Yeah, but the Sagamore Conference is tough. I mean, really, really tough. It's packed with really, really good volleyball teams. So that really is nothing to hold their head down about. You know, it's one of the toughest conferences in volleyball this year.
Coach Kelly Johnson brings her 20-8 Athenians here to take on the Frankfort Hot Dogs tonight, where it is senior night here at Frankfort. Tonight they'll be honoring three seniors in Erica Stevenson, Macy Starrett, and Emma Pillion, who have all had long careers here for the Frankfort Hot Dogs, a 4-year starter and two 2-year starters for Coach Kia Rushton and these Frankfort Hot Dogs. And we'll talk more about those seniors as the night goes on. Laura, it's obviously October. We've got the pink jerseys on tonight for Frankfort for cancer awareness, probably breast cancer awareness, I'm guessing.
I assume so, yes.
You even see the student section. We'll get some good shots of them as they've shown up tonight. There's one right there, rocking the pink shirts and supporting their volleyball team as well. And that's what I think has been the most fun this year. You got a volleyball team that's right around 500. Everyone knew it's kind of a rebuilding year. You got a few key pieces, but you got a lot of youth on this Frankfort team. But that student section has shown up every single home game and brought the noise for these Hot Dogs.
They have, and they've stuck with the theme of the games. I mean, they have been fun. And I think when you do have a young team, getting that student section involved, letting the team know that they have your support is super important. And we have really actually seen them change the momentum of games. Against Clinton Prairie, they were out at a soccer match, and Frankfort was down early. They came in, and that student section grew, and we just saw them lift the morale of the Frankfort team and lift the play. And so that was a really great thing to see, and it's nice to see them out in force again tonight.
These two teams getting towards the end of their season here, as we said. We've got a game or two left, and then sectional play will begin. The draw happened this past Sunday, so we now know where everyone will be heading and who they will be facing in their opening round games. And we'll talk more about that as the broadcast goes on this evening. Starting tonight for the Crawfordsville Athenians is going to be number 11, Jessica Tribble, number 12, Elise Widmer, 14, Macy Bruton. We'll call her name a ton tonight. 15, Hallie Gaylor, 21, Cadence Brost, and 23, Brooklyn Mills. Should be your starters for Crawfordsville. On the other side, the three seniors get the start tonight as they normally do. Erica Stevenson, Macy Starrett, Emma Pillion. They are also joined by the freshman Jalen Smith and freshman Brooklyn Perry. Those two have been some bright newcomers to this squad. And then in that other starting position tonight, it'll be Justine Thomas, the sophomore.
Yeah, it's really a tale of two teams here. We were talking about that before the broadcast. Frankfort really young and in a rebuilding year. Crawfordsville really experienced, starts normally 5 seniors, 1 junior, and also with a senior libero. And they are led by a senior in every statistical category for the Crawfordsville team. So next year they'll be in the same position that the Frankfort Hot Dogs find themselves in this year.
Yeah, just 3 seniors for Frankfort, 6 seniors, as you said, for Crawfordsville. A very, very experienced squad. Frankfort jumps out to a 1-0 lead early here at Case Arena.
And all 6 of those seniors play significantly for Crawfordsville. 5 of them start, plus the libero is a senior. So those seniors play significant time. So next year is going to be a huge rebuilding season for Crawfordsville.
Here's one of 3 juniors on the squad, Sam Rohr, as she checks in to handle the serving duties in a 1-1 tie early here in Game 1. There's the set from Tribble. Little punch across that time. That was Macy Bruton. And I said we're probably going to call her name quite a bit tonight. Over 2,000 career kills for the senior.
Yeah.
540 this year alone.
Yeah, and you really can't say enough about her. She is just an amazing all-around player. She gets it done on offense. I mean, she is great at blocking. She's great at hitting, but she's also a really good passer, really good defender, good server. She is just one of those great all-around players that every coach loves to have on their team.
Smith goes to stare it here on a nice set, and there's the dig from the senior libero and Hallie Elliott. We didn't mention Hallie in the starting lineup, but given the fact that Crawfordsville won the first serve, that's why she came out on the floor in that starting role.
Yeah, another senior for Crawfordsville, leads them in digs and serve receive. She's the person you want to pass the ball every time. They actually have lots of great passers, but you'll see her anytime she can get to that ball to pass it, whether that's on defense or serve receive, she will get out there and step in front of whoever she needs to. She is that general on the floor when it comes to passing.
And there's the senior leader, and Macy Starrett there using a little touch to get it across that time. Nice and soft, but it finds its way home. 3-2 now. Brooklyn Perry back to serve. We've talked about Brooklyn this year. You've seen kind of that roller coaster with her. You've seen some highs and some great potential that's coming, and then you see that youthfulness every once in a while where, you know, she's still trying to grow into the body. Obviously, she got very tall kind of overnight.
Yeah. You know, I really have been impressed with her, and I think the thing about her is the statistics don't really tell the whole story because she missed a lot of games there in the middle of the season with concussion protocol. Still leads the team in blocks. Tons of potential in this young player.
Yeah, I have a feeling as she gets stronger and grows into that body, finds that muscle strength, man, she is going to be one of the probably all-time greats here at Frankfort, at least has the potential to be.
I agree, and I think confidence has been the name of the game for her. You know, we just saw her at the beginning of the season. She played timid, and as the season has went on, she has got more and more confident, and we have seen her setter get more confident in her, and that's been a really nice combination to see those two freshmen connecting on a regular basis.
What a serve there from the freshman, Jalen Smith. We say freshman, but she's playing like a sophomore or junior at this point in the season now. She's really transitioned nice into that setter role, but then does a great job from the service line as well.
Yes, she does. She's their ace leader, and I think she truly is their floor general. You know, that's what you want in a setter. You don't always get it, but she is for them, and she stays calm. I love when her hitters, she'll have a hitter that's off, and I see her, you know, hey, my bad, even if it's a perfect set. That's what you like to see out of junior and senior setters, let alone a freshman setter, and she does a really nice job. Plays Boiler juniors. You can tell she has that leadership on the floor, that court awareness. She does a nice job out there for a freshman.
Macy Starrett on the serve. We'll talk a little bit more about Macy as the night goes on. Got 1,000 career digs. Just a couple games ago, they honored her with a game ball. Crawfordsville gets the point here and takes a 6-5 lead. Saw that on right before the game started. We weren't sure. We couldn't hear the PA that night on what it was, but I saw the pictures afterwards, and the ball was marked with 1,000 digs. So congratulations to Macy.
Yeah, Macy, you know, people sometimes I think forget because she is such a good hitter and she gets a lot of recognition for her hitting. But Macy's a small stature person, and hitting is not her natural position. She is a natural defensive player. I mean, she really, that is the name of her game. She is phenomenal at defense. She is a good hitter, and she gets a lot of kills because that's the role they need her to play here at Frankfort. But she's naturally a defender.
Yeah, she's only listed. She's like 5'6".
Yeah.
But her athletic ability, she's able to play above the net.
Yeah, honestly, if she's 5'6", I'm shocked. I mean,
Right.
She just plays like she's so much taller than she is. But really, on most teams in a 3A school, she would play just back row. But she just does what it takes for her team, and she does a really good job at it.
See her send it across there. Trying to punch that one across, and actually it goes out of bounds, but into the net would have been anyway for number 5, Devin Johnson. Johnson, and one of the 3 juniors on this squad for Crawfordsville, has 129 kills coming in. So a definite contributor here for Coach Kelly Johnson. And air there. Now,
I think
8-7, just a 1-point game.
She could see Brooklyn Perry right in front of her there. I think tried to change up what she was going to do. That was a good job by Brooklyn Perry to be in that blocking position and up and ready.
We want to thank you tonight for joining us, whether you joined us on the ISC Sports Network app or on YouTube. This game being brought to you in cooperation with Hot Dog TV. It's an awesome opportunity for us to come work with the students in the radio TV class here at Frankfort High School to help Laura and I we have the easy job.
We do.
Just do a little homework, show up, call the game, and
they do all the hard stuff.
They bring you the sights.
And they do a great job.
Brooklyn Perry able to knock that one across there and get Frankfort back to within 1. Now 9-8. This will be senior Emma Pillion. Emma plans to study psychology at an undecided college. Still weighing her options there. 2-year starter and team captain this year for the Frankfort Hot Dogs. Frankfort comes away with the point, and they tie things at 9.
That warms my heart. You know, I think we don't have enough providers in mental health, so her studying psychology, that's great. Hopefully we can get her back in our community providing mental health services.
Crawfordsville gets the point here, takes the 10-9 lead. Emma's an academic all-state. She's ranked 15th in the class of 2023. So she's a smarty pants as well.
Hey, you like smarty pants on your team.
Crawfordsville goes ahead and plays that one. It was Bruton. Comes back with the big kill. Nice pass. Way to send that one down.
Beautiful hit down the line.
For Macy, listed at 5'11". You and I looked when we were checking out this roster earlier, and 5'11", 5'9", 5'11", 6 foot, 5'8", 5'9". Crawfordsville's got some height there.
They do, and their JV had some height earlier too. So, you know, they've got a bright future, I think. You know, definitely next year will be a rebuilding year. But they do have a height advantage, and they have some height on their side for sure.
And great numbers. I mean, that's the other thing we looked at when we were looking at the roster. They've got a full varsity, full JV, and then a full C team.
Yes, and, you know, I would love to see Frankfort get those kind of numbers, you know, relatively same-size schools to be able to, you know, support 3 full teams. That's always great when you're building a program.
Number 1, Morgan Harrington will check in. She normally wears number 9, but because of the change in jerseys tonight, her and Jalen Smith have different numbers, but thankfully we've seen enough Frankfort volleyball this year that we were able to quickly diagnose that.
Macy Bruton just doing a great job hitting line. Knows, I think, that they want to take, I think part of their game plan is to take Jalen Smith out of that setting role, make her play defense. And so I think they're doing a really good job executing that game plan.
I actually gave that last point to Frankfort there. 11-11 now. Hot Dogs hanging around.
I think the Hot Dogs are playing great.
You know, it's a good sign of Coach Kia Rushton and the program that she's got here, because really when you look at it and all that they lost from a year ago, you're looking at this record and you're going 12-13. Man, they have really competed this year, and they've done a great job. And you and I talked about how much better they've gotten from game 1 when we saw them here on opening night until now.
Absolutely. I actually was talking to another coach in the county, and I said, hands down, one of the best coaching jobs that Kia Rushton has done. And she's been here for several years. You know, it's easy to coach teams with lots of potential, lots of talent, lots of juniors and seniors. It's much more challenging to coach a team that's young and doesn't have a lot of experience. And Kia has done amazing with this crew. And I would say definitely in the near past, but maybe ever since she's been here, one of the best coaching jobs that Coach Rushton has done.
Starting 2 freshmen and 2 sophomore this year, and they're right around 500 with the schedule they've played. It's an amazing job. Hats off to Coach Rushton.
Yeah, and not just that, but just the improvement. I mean, unless you've watched the games, you don't know. I mean, the record doesn't even say it all. That just the level of play, the improvement from game 1 to now is just absolutely phenomenal.
Ashley Zing, the libero for Frankfort, will send that across, a sophomore. Bruton, the nice standing hit, put a little pepper on that one. Stare it. Goes at Bruton. Frankfort will reset. Smith goes to stare it. And she'll find some pay dirt again. Frankfort 14-13.
I mean, this Crawfordsville team is good. I mean, Frankfort is playing with them point for point. I want to remind you, this is a 20-8 Crawfordsville team that consistently plays almost all junior or seniors and a couple of juniors. I mean, this is a good Crawfordsville team, and Frankfort is up by 2 points at this time.
And really, if there's been a little bit of a knock to Frankfort this year, it's been slow starts.
Yeah.
That's not the case here tonight.
No, not at all.
You saw a big hit there from Bruton, man. She's got some power, does Macy.
She does. She's a fantastic player.
Again, career, 2,000 kills, 1,000 digs, 500 kills this year. She's one of the 2 captains on this team, her and Jessica Tribble. And another accolade for Macy, she was the Max Preps Player of the Week in Week 1 for volleyball. That's a pretty cool honor.
Yeah. I mean, you think about this, all the people playing in all of the state of Indiana. And you have to think, we have a couple of players who are some of the top players in the nation. One at McCutcheon, Yeah. I mean, so, that's huge.
Who recently changed her commitment to go to Purdue, correct?
Yes, she
was
did.
Committed to Penn State.
Absolutely. Purdue will be very happy to get Chloe, let me tell you. I don't know if you've ever seen her play, but Purdue has to be very, very happy about her change of mind. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Boilermakers.
I've heard the stories. I have not seen her play just yet. Quick timeout from Coach Rushton. Wants to talk this one over. It gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors tonight, and why not thank Healthy Communities of Clinton County, where the coalition was formed in 2006 as a partnership of healthcare providers, service care providers, educators, and community leaders who are interested in addressing issues of health in the Clinton County community. Now, over 15 years later, the coalition is still committed to making permanent changes by encouraging policy, systems, and environmental changes with the desire to always make the healthy choice the easy choice. Learn more at healthyclintoncounty.com. And I know that sponsorship's near and dear to you, Laura, as
it is. Kind of fond of that place.
Kind of fond of it?
I am kind of fond of that place.
All the great work you do in the community. I know it was fun getting to call the mental health games with you over the years, and I only got to do one of the 2 so far this year, but we'll have some more in basketball season, or I should say winter sports.
We are. I think we're going to try to get some wrestling going this year. I'm excited about that. I'm one of the rare people in Indiana who prefers wrestling over basketball, so I'm excited about it.
If we're talking WWE, maybe.
No.
No?
No, real wrestling.
Well, Hulk Hogan's not real?
Not wrestling. Wrestling.
All right. Don't make me get out my Randy Macho Man Savage voice tonight. Player into the net there for Frankfort. It'll be a violation and give Crawfordsville the point. They'll stretch their lead out to 2, 17-15. It's pretty cool. I was on Crawfordsville's website today, went towards their athletic page, and whoever runs that does a fantastic job. They have a link to all their teams that have won sectionals or people that have participated in state events or their Hall of Fame. You can see what year people were inducted and what sports they were in. And I got kind of caught up for a minute just looking through the pictures and reading the stories and seeing some of those accolades. It was really neat. I really enjoyed it.
I'll have to check that out. Crawfordsville on a run here. I think this may be the biggest lead of the game here.
It is now for sure. 19-15, as you said, largest lead of the game. We'll see if Coach Rushton uses another timeout here in a moment.
Yeah, I think she won't let them score too many more.
We've seen the libero and Hallie Elliott a couple times at that service line tonight. She's done a really nice job for Crawfordsville. There's a jump set. That went for that roll shot that time for Hallie Gaylor. Gaylor leads Crawfordsville in blocks with 39 on the season, but she also contributes on the offense. 186 kills coming into tonight.
Yeah, they really have several really all-around players who are very, very sound.
That point that time by a sophomore, Ella McAtee. Man, when you look down at this roster, and I know we talk about the youth a lot, but Ashley Zing, Jalen Smith, Morgan Harrington, Brooklyn Perry, Justine Thomas, Ella McAtee, all those girls I just named, not a single one of them are over 10th grade.
Yeah, and, it's not like they're just on the roster. Well, you hear us talking about them. You hear us calling their name over and over because they are getting significant experience in playing time.
Starrett tries to punch that one across. Good job by Tribble. Be sent over by Devin Johnson. Starrett, big swing, nice dig there from Elliott. Johnson put an arm on that one. They go back to Starrett. That one in.
Beautiful hit by Macy Starrett right in that corner.
Point for the Hot Dogs, 20-17 now here in game number 1. Again, this Hot Dogs hanging around.
Yeah, it is not easy to get a kill on Haley Elliott back there. She gobbles things up. So to be able to do that is really a testament to Macy Starrett's hitting ability.
Nice block at the net that time. Looked like a combination between McAtee, Pillion, and Jalen Smith all in the vicinity. Happened so quick I didn't see who got the block.
Yeah, I think McAtee's having a really nice game this evening here.
Kill from Crawfordsville there extends their lead back out to 3, 21-18. It'll send captain, one of the senior leaders here, Jessica Tribble, to the service line. 771 assists on the season for Tribble. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah.
Stevenson tried to knock that one over. Good defense from Crawfordsville. Starrett from the back row. That one too long and out.
This is the rotation that Frankfort struggles on offense, so it'll be interesting to watch what they do here.
We'll take this moment here during this timeout to talk about our seniors, and let's talk about Macy Starrett. She's on the screen right there. Plans to attend North Park University to play volleyball and wants to study nursing. Her parents are Steve and Thea Starrett. Has siblings Derek, Dustin, Naomi, and Nathan. Some of her accolades: first team all-conference, team captain, 4-year starter, currently leading the SAC in digs with 379 on the season. She's 3rd in the SAC and 9th in 3A in kills with 311 on the season. She's got some good memories here, too. Her favorite memory, almost getting every coach. Well, she didn't cause it. Her favorite memory is when almost every coach got kicked out of the CP game her freshman year. And I was there because that was when I learned about yellow cards.
Yes. Yes, I remember that too.
I believe that was a night where Coach Rushton had to sit and could not stand up and coach anymore.
Mm-hmm. I think we had a little education session about yellow cards, didn't we?
Yep. You taught me up. You learned me up that night. That's why I appreciate having you on the broadcast. Is you make me sound smart from time to time. 23-18, 5-point lead now for Crawfordsville, just 2 points away from taking game 1. Here from beautifully newly remodeled Case Arena. They got that awesome floor this year. I love the two-tone look. We'll have a full slate of games from Frankfort High School during the basketball season for you. Both boys and girls basketball. As Laura alluded to, we've also in the works talking about maybe bringing some wrestling. Maybe when Twin Lakes comes to town, we'll we'll throw that one on the airwaves.
I'm excited about that.
23-19 as Frankfort staves off defeat momentarily here.
Pull some wrestling up on the app. That'll make me happy.
That serve just a miss hit that time from Justine Thomas. Now, game point now for Crawfordsville. 24-19 your score. Back to serves, number 15, Hallie Gaylor. One of the 6 seniors for this Crawfordsville squad. Set from Tribble. Kill sent across. Frankfort able to play it. Stevenson sends it back across and earns the point. Frankfort says not so fast. 24-20 now. Senior Emma Pillion. Back to serve here for Frankfort.
Nice aggressive serve.
They set, they go to Brooklyn Perry. The tip at the net that time from Brooklyn Mills. That hit through the block that time, and point. Crawfordsville able to take game number 1, 25-20 here on the ISC Sports Network. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, game number 2 headed your way.
The offensive source in this quarter. Brady, hello!
Has the first
up.
Smith tracks it down. Shot at the buzzer.
Sideline.
He cuts it back. Can he get to the goal line?
Stankham looks for his man and fell from the seat of his pants. Makes the grab. Johnson gets by that first wave. Bounces it outside. Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown, Lawrence Central.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a 3rd season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com.
Are they doing a third
You can
season
see
on that show?
episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable.
Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die.
Inconceivable.
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Finding affordable, quality reproductive health care isn't always easy. Did you know that there is now a family planning and reproductive health clinic in our area that is income-based? Services include Pap tests, breast cancer screenings, pregnancy tests, sexually transmitted infection and HIV testing, same-day birth control placement, filled prescriptions, and free condoms. Services are on an income-based sliding scale. Visit 1234 Rossville Avenue or call 659-6063 for more information or to schedule an appointment.
We welcome you back here to Case Arena. Game number 2 set to get started. See it on your screen there. Crawfordsville took game number 1, 25-20 in a hard-fought battle, and really things were pretty tight around 16, 17 points, and then Crawfordsville able to pull away there towards the end of game 1.
Yeah, I think if you're the Hot Dogs, though, you've got to be pleased with how you played. I think Frankfort played phenomenal in game 1. Really, Macy Bruton was the difference for the Crawfordsville team. I mean, she just had a handful of kills, and Frankfort really didn't have the answer for her, but they shut down the rest of Crawfordsville team, and you kind of got to pick your battles. You know, you either shut down Macy Bruton or you shut down the rest, and they certainly shut down the rest of the team. So I thought Frankfort played great in game 1, and I think if they keep that up, they could definitely win game 2.
Pillion on the serve, one of the 3 seniors here on senior night. We've shared a few things about Emma so far. Emma said, I want to thank my parents for always pushing me harder than I would push myself, along with making sure I had everything I ever needed to succeed.
That's
so you
nice.
like to see that.
Yep. I think a net violation on Frankfort gives the first point to Crawfordsville.
That pass just a little too strong from Pillion that time. So back-to-back points for Crawfordsville here in game number 2. Number 10, Sam Rohr at the service line. Sam says, "Hear me roar." She tries to serve consecutive points here for Crawfordsville. See what I did there?
I did. I like that.
It's a dad joke. I know it's corny.
Still funny.
Good battle right at the net. Back and forth as teams go, and then too much of Macy Bruton there. 5'11", able to play above the net. That's Crawfordsville out to a 3-0 start.
Yeah, and if you're Jalen Smith, that's just one of those experience things. She's got to realize she's not going to out-hit that. She's just got to go up with two hands, try to soft block that, give her defense a chance.
That kill towards the back corner and in. It's Bruton again. 4-0. Now Crawfordsville starting to pull away here in game 2.
Well, we talked about they didn't have the answer for her in game 1, and so far they haven't had the answer for her in game 2 either. She is just a powerhouse hitter.
The thing I've noticed too is she really hits from so many different places on the floor. I mean,
she does, but you have to really give the credit to the setter, Jessica Tribble, for that. Jessica does a great job of moving her around. Even though she's technically the outside hitter, you will see her shoot the ball way outside, then bring her in for a 32, which is one of those sets that's kind of between the middle and the outside right there. That's a 32. She moves her around so that those blockers aren't just parked in front of her. And that, you really have to give credit to Jessica Tribble for that. She moves her around on that outside.
5-1 right now, 4-point lead for Crawfordsville. And Elliott into the net there. Service here gives the point to the Hot Dogs. Ashley Zing will go back to serve. Ella McAtee comes in. Justine Thomas checks out. There's a set from Tribble. And there is the kill from Bruton. Not necessarily powerful, but you don't have to be all the time. That was a heads-up play.
Yeah, and once you've hit 5-6 really hard, you can
People
set
start
yourself.
backing up.
They do. You start setting yourself up for that.
Here's the ace from Bruton. She actually leads the team. Had over 60 aces, if I remember correctly, coming into the night. I can actually verify that information in 2 seconds. 63 aces on the year.
Nice job by Macy Sterrett keeping that alive.
Harrington got some hands on it, and McAtee just kind of plays it over her head, and it finds pay dirt.
Yeah, this has really been a great match for McAtee. She's really played really well tonight. A little more confidence than we usually see her play with.
Really just kind of trying to play that one and keep it alive, and it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
Went back corner. Jalen Smith on the serve. Elliott to Tribble. Little rolling, a good block there from Sterrett. Able to stop the kill attempt from Gaylor. Sterrett comes back on the attack. Bruton is there. Bruton with that flat-footed kill. We've seen that a lot from another Clinton County player this year in Sydney Swan. And
yep.
Seeing it from Bruton tonight, she is fantastic. Jessica Tribble back to serve now for Crawfordsville. And these Athenians 20-8 on the season. They put together some back-to-back seasons here with great win totals. As Crawfordsville, as they extend their lead now out to 9-3, and we get a timeout. It gives us a chance to thank our sponsors here tonight. Ardente Dental offers high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Their team are all trained and knowledgeable in many areas of dentistry. They believe strongly in continuing education to provide their patients with the latest technology and techniques, and look forward to providing the highest quality of dentistry achievable not only for you, but for your family and friends as well. Visit ardentedental.com for more information. Ardente Dental, healthy smiles start here.
I think Frankfort just has to start passing and play better defense. Really, that's the difference between game 1 and game 2. And I was watching Coach Rushton, and that's what she's telling him is, all we're doing different is we're not passing and playing good defense. We've changed what we're doing. They haven't changed what they're doing on their side. So let's do what we do well, and that's keep the ball alive. Take it to them, let them make errors. And if Frankfort can get back into their game plan, they'll do well.
Talked about Crawfordsville stringing together some successful seasons. This is their 3rd straight season with more than 20 wins. They were a 24-7 team a year ago. They went 24-5 in 2020, which was obviously that COVID year, which was hard on everybody.
Yeah. They have a lot of depth, and they did during that COVID year, and that really was the difference for them compared to other teams. They did have some just phenomenal depth. And so when other teams had people going down or out on quarantine, because that was the thing. I mean, you never had the same team on the court. It didn't seem like 2 weeks in a row ever. Crawfordsville didn't matter because they had such great depth, and that really honestly helped them to that record for those 2 years.
And that's coming off of some lean years. They were 14-14 and 19, 6-23 and 18. I mean, you had to go all the way back to 2013 when they had more than 20 wins in a season again, but they have really done a great job.
But that's what makes them so good this year is these seniors and even the couple juniors that play a lot, they've played a lot. That's what they've done. I mean, these are 3-year starters, 4-year starters. So we're not just talking they're seniors and they've never seen the court before. They're seniors who have played and played and played. So, like I said, Frankfort did a great job staying with them in game 1 because this is a really outstanding Crawfordsville team.
Yeah, and hats off to Coach Kelly Johnson. And she's fun to watch tonight. You can see her at the bottom of your screen kind of patrolling back and forth on the Crawfordsville sideline, but she is into it, man.
Yeah, she was stalking like a panther in game 1. You could tell she was not happy. And I don't think Crawfordsville played bad in game 1. I just think Frankfort played really, really well.
Yeah, maybe the momentum from senior night and seeing that student section showing up for them again, they got off to a great start. Trailing, obviously, here by a large margin in game number 2.
Yeah, I don't personally think that Crawfordsville looks way better this game than they did game 1. Frankfort just doesn't look as solid as they looked in game 1. That's the difference. Beautiful dig by Macy.
Nice diving play by Starrett. Tribble goes over in 2. And again, a pancake save, and then just couldn't get enough on it, but you love the effort.
Yeah. You see her coming from that back line in middle back. That absolutely was either one of the wings balls, and here comes Macy Starrett from the end line to pick that up at the 10-foot line. That's amazing. That's when you wish you had that replay button.
Right, for sure. There's Erica Stevenson able to send one across, one of the seniors. We've talked about the other 2. Let's give Erica a little love tonight. Ranked 8th in the class of 2023, so another Smarty Pants. Academic All-State, a current Lilly Endowment Scholarship finalist, and that is a huge honor. So you get the ace there for Frankfort, 14-6 now. Some of her favorite memories, taking pictures at Clinton Central with Amber and Tara, playing Clinton Central last year and leaving school early every day with Tara, Amber, and Emma. Plans to attend Purdue or IUK to study education. So who knows? We may see Erica back here in about 4 or 5 years teaching at the high school. Why not?
That'd be great. Maybe get her back involved in the volleyball program. It always is good. Love to see when former players come and get back involved in a program.
Devin Johnson will check out. Crawfordsville with that 9-point lead. Stevenson sends that across and gets the point for the Hot Dogs.
Great effort by Haley Elliott. She saw that blocker touched that. She didn't have much chance at it, but she wasn't about to let it hit the floor. Beautiful effort on her part. Hey,
congratulations tonight to the Lady Hot Dogs soccer program. They won 5-0 in the first round of sectionals over North Montgomery. That sectional taking place at Danville High School. The boys program tomorrow night, they get West Lafayette. That is literally their only loss on the season was to West Lafayette, and they got to go play West Lafayette on their home field in second round of sectionals.
Well, that will be a great rematch, and I hope they get that student section over there, get a lot of support, rally out to the hot dog fans to travel over there. It's not that far of a drive. Get over there, support your hot dogs. The soccer programs here at Frankfort have really, really been great, and we want to make sure that we get lots of fans out there supporting those two teams during their sectional bids, because they both stand a really good chance of coming out as sectional champions.
Speaking of postseason play, talk about the volleyball draws that we have here. Is Frankfort has to go to Benton Central. They host the sectional, and they will take on North Montgomery. It's a big kill there from Brooklyn Perry.
Yep, that's one of those confidence things. I love seeing that from Brooklyn Perry. That makes me excited about the future.
Volleyball sectional for Frankfort at Benton Central. Obviously, you have Frankfort, Benton Central, North Montgomery, who Frankfort will play in round one. You have Rensselaer Central, Twin Lakes, and West Lafayette. So some tough squads.
Absolutely. Frankfort with a good draw for the first round.
Yeah.
North Montgomery, 5-18 right now. A team that is definitely someone that they should be able to beat. That'll be good sectional experience for this young squad. I think that's something that I think Kia has to be happy with this sectional draw. I think the only team that's just completely outstanding in that field is Benton Central. There's no one else that I think's untouchable. West Side's pretty good, but I think really Benton Central and West Lafayette are probably the two best teams in that sectional. But I think Frankfort really can compete. I do. If they play like they did in game one tonight, I think that they could be a spoiler. I really do.
Shock a few people.
They could. They just have to believe in themselves.
For Crawfordsville, their program, they'll play at Western Boone in sectional number 25. And their first round matchup's going to be against Danville, a team that I believe they lost to. That's one of their 4 losses in conference this season.
Yeah, so does that sectional get any tougher?
Yeah,
it is just crazy. I mean, we were talking about the Sagamore Conference.
Right.
Well,
and
so many
that's
of the,
basically what it is with a few other teams.
It really is. It's a lot of Sagamore Conference teams with a couple other teams thrown in. I mean, maybe even a couple
just
other
one,
teams.
Monrovia.
Monrovia. Everybody else is a Sagamore Conference team. I mean, that is a tough sectional. And honestly, other than Lebanon and Monrovia, any of those other teams can win this sectional.
Right.
I don't think there is a favorite going into that sectional. Tri-West, Western Boone, Danville, any of those teams could win that sectional easily, or Crawfordsville. I mean, 4 teams with very similar records. Any of those 4 teams win, it's not an upset. I mean, it's such a good sectional. That would be a fun sectional to host.
For sure.
Watching those 4 teams.
For sure, and you look at the draw a little bit here. The Crawfordsville gets Danville, and if they were to get past Danville, they play the winner of Western Boone and Tri-West, who are both undefeated in conference play.
Yeah.
They're playing tonight. One of them's going to win conference tonight. They have to turn around in less than 2 weeks and play again
At
in
sectional. Yeah. There's actually a lot of sectional kind of preview games going on in the area tonight. It's kind of exciting. This is when volleyball gets really, really fun. So, lots of games we're watching. So, I just think, that is one of the best sectionals that is in the state in any class, is that sectional at Webo.
After the 25-20 game 1 victory, it's a 10-point lead here in game number 2 for Crawfordsville, as they're really having their way right now with Frankfort. Jalen Smith with a miss hit, rare from her from the service line. Now 3 points away is Crawfordsville from taking game number 2. Substitution as Roar comes out. I believe it was Devin Johnson who came in for her in the front row.
Yeah, I don't think that Webo sectional, I don't know that you think there is a clear favorite. I don't even know that you could wean it down to 2. I mean, it's just so evenly matched. Those, maybe whoever wins tonight between Tri-West and Webo, maybe that's the favorite, but I don't even know that I'd go there. I mean, it's just going to be.
It's the best part. You got to tune in to find out, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's anybody's sectional to win. I mean, it should just be a great, great sectional.
Frankfort not going away quietly just yet. 22-13, starting to try to fight their way back here. Got it to under 10. Frankfort needing a little bit of a run, and very quickly, Holly Gaylor ends that.
The other county schools, Rossville, their sectional, which is at Rossville, has a very tough Faith team in it, so you can't count them out. I think Rossville and Faith would be the 2 favorites there, and they're playing tonight, like we said, kind of those sectional preview games. And then,
well, the cool thing about that is they got draws on opposite sides of the bracket, right?
They did.
So you should potentially see that final.
As a final, yes. And then the Clinton Prairie sectional, which has Clinton Central and Clinton Prairie both in it. That should be a good sectional. Once again, a lot of pretty even teams, but I would say obviously the defending state champ Central Catholic has to be the favorite.
Yeah, they play such a tough schedule. It's hard to look at their regular season record and really get a.
Their record doesn't reflect the how good their team is. And we know they beat Clinton Prairie in 3 soundly, although not the same Clinton Prairie team that's playing now. So it'll be interesting to see how that sectional goes.
Crawfordsville dominates game number 2 here. They take it 25-13. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, what could be a final game 3 from Frankfort High School.
At Defining Looks on Sagamore Parkway North in Lafayette, talk to a specialist and discuss your specific needs for wigs or toppers. Defining Looks is committed to helping anyone experiencing hair loss to lead a normal lifestyle. Our wigs are of the highest quality, allowing us to customize to your personal style. Shop our large selection for your medical, cosmetic, or fashion needs. Confident, bold, and fashionable. Be your own kind of beautiful at Defining Looks. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA. High school football fans, welcome back to Friday night, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a 3rd season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
We welcome you back to Case Arena here. We get set for start of game number 3. You see 25-20, 25-13 is Crawfordsville able to take the first 2 games in our match here tonight. And something that we've seen Kia Russian do from time to time, she literally pulled the entire team out in the hallway to have a discussion before re-entering back into Case Arena here. Wanted to have a conversation beyond the ears of anybody that could be listening.
Yeah, because they need a reset. I mean, they played so great in Game 1, and Game 2 just kind of fell apart. And like I said, I don't think it was anything that Crawfordsville did any different. So I think she wanted to pull them out in the hallway. Let's reset, come back out, and play like we're capable of. Crawfordsville, great team, not taking anything away from them. But when Frankfort plays their game and play like they did in Game 1, they can compete with this team. That's what Kia wants to instill in those players, is belief in themselves that they can compete at this level with a team like Crawfordsville. And they can. We saw it in Game 1. I mean, they can. Crawfordsville played no better in Game 2 than they did in Game 1. That was completely on Frankfort's side of the court, how the outcome of that game went.
Crawfordsville jumped out to an early lead there in game number 2 and then stretched it to as many as, 10 or 11 points there.
Yeah.
Before getting the win by 12, 25-13. Stevenson sends that across.
We talked about Frankfort sometimes gets a slow start, and that's what happened to them in Game 2, and they never really got the momentum back. So they're down 1 here. You really want to see them even it up here and not dig a hole for themselves.
That time the kill was by 21. Cadence Brost plays right side, junior, 5'8". She'll have another season of eligibility here for Crawfordsville next year. One of 3 juniors that will come back with quite a bit of experience from this year's season. And then a great heads-up play right there from Bruton. And really, I think what happens in that play right there, and correct me if I'm wrong, we credited Sterrett for coming up earlier and making a play around the tip with that pancake because nobody else was going to get to it. And I think she just made that attempt there, but it left that back row wide open.
It did, and what happens is it's up to those other 2 defenders to balance the court, and they did not do that. They stayed where they were and left that whole corner open. So if Macy Sterrett comes up there and she fills that gap, which she was the only one there to get
Somebody's
it.
got to rotate.
Somebody else has to balance that court and rotate back into that position. On the play before that, I'm really not sure who Jalen Smith was setting there. She's the front row player on the right side. She can't set right side if you're the only person there. Don't know if she was confused about her being front row versus back row or what exactly she was doing there.
Another kill there for Crawfordsville and Macy Bruton. We told you at the top of the telecast we were going to say her name a lot tonight.
And we have.
And we certainly have.
We certainly have.
Crawfordsville has owned this battle since 2013. They're 7-4 against Frankfort. They've actually won 4 straight. Good diving effort there from Smith. Another point for the Athenians. They're up 4-1 now.
Frankfort just looks hesitant. Right there on that play, it wasn't a great pass, but Harrington could have easily got to that ball, but you saw her looking at Smith and who's going to go get that. Somebody just needs to take that initiative and go get that ball.
Perry got to the block that time, but ball fell between her and the net and then ricocheted off of Smith. 5-1 now Crawfordsville. Roar with the serve. Sterrett goes for the kill. Bruton is there. Trouble goes right back. And why not?
If you're Coach Rushton, you got to stop the bleed here soon. Yeah, if you're Crawfordsville, keep going to what's working.
Yeah, keep feeding Macy. She is
on fire.
She's feasting tonight. Timeout here for Frankfort. They're going to talk about it. Gives us a chance to talk about our sponsors here to help our broadcast at Frankfort High School. Defining Looks Wig, Hair, and Nail Salon can assist you with a wig for your hair loss needs due to COVID-19. Any medical conditions such as cancer or age-related thinning hair. They're also certified in toppers, wigs for kids and children with hair loss. Find them at defininglooks.com or you can search them on Facebook and Instagram. Located in Lafayette at 311 Sagamore Parkway North. I want to thank Daleen Rose and Defining Looks and their sponsorship, helping us bring these games to you all season long here on the ISC Sports Network in cooperation with Hot Dog TV. Again, hats off to our wonderful crew tonight. Frankfort High School, the students running the cameras for you.
Doing a great job.
I want to thank Richard Salee for running the radio TV program here at Frankfort High School. Being involved, again, we say it all the time, and I'm not joking. They make our jobs easy.
They absolutely do, and what a great opportunity for these students to get to experience these sort of things on the high school level and kind of get a whim if they like this or not, so that they're not doing that at the college level where they're paying college credits. And,
sure,
you know, I love to see them get to do these sort of career things at the high school level and know if they have an interest, and if so, then be able to pursue it at that college level and, you know, hopefully get some people interested in communications and get them careers in broadcasting. I think it's a great program that Richard Salee runs here at Frankfort.
Good kill there from Frankfort. They'll get the point. 8-2, though. Crawfordsville up 6 here in game number 3. And you talk about the college opportunity. I saw a picture the other day. Izzy Medina was a student that just went through Frankfort High School a year or two ago and did some directing here at Frankfort High School on some of these broadcasts, and I saw him working at Ball State.
That's
so there you go.
Great.
He's working in the program, learning.
You know,
going to make a career out of it.
And hands-on. That hands-on experience makes all the difference. You know, it's the best way to learn, in my opinion. You know, studying in a book is great, but being able to actually get your hands on equipment and learn how to do things is certainly a good way to learn, and the experience is invaluable.
I can tell you firsthand without naming any names, but there have been gentlemen who graduated from high school, went to college, and some of them didn't even get all the way through college, but they have joined our ISC crews as freelancers and took 4 or 5 years and just worked as many events as they could with us, with other companies like Tupelo Raycom, or I'm trying to remember what they're called now. And there's a young man that comes to mind for me, and he travels all over the United States now because he's such a hot commodity, and he's so good at his craft, whether it's running replay or directing or camera work, and he's making a very nice living at it.
Well, and that's, you know, the experience that these students are getting through working through the Hot Dog TV program, and you know, it's a great program, and I love that they do that here at this school.
Part of the reason that this program is capable is our parent company, Mulberry Telecommunications, where they offer service in Mulberry, Dayton, rural Lafayette, rural Frankfort, Piermont, and other communities in Clinton and Tippecanoe County. Soon coming to Carroll County, there in Flora and Bringhurst. Want to find out if your neighborhood has Mintel fiber or if it's on the way? Visit mintel.net to get started. Mulberry Telecommunications, it's the best gig in town. Mulberry Telecommunications, Laura, was featured this year on a show hosted by Dennis Quaid.
That's great.
They came out, they brought their production crew and filmed and asked us what we were doing, and we were selected because of the initiative of getting high-speed internet and fiber networks out to people in the rural area that need it the most. Obviously, it's easy for big companies to come into highly populated cities and towns where their return on investment is very quick. But there are times where you can drive a country mile and pass one house.
Yeah, and you know, COVID really demonstrated the need to hit those rural areas. You know, I've begged you guys to come out where I live. You know that. I mean, I know the struggles that we had during COVID. We had 3 kids in college and 1 in high school, and I was working from home and, you know, running hotspots on phones, and, you know, we didn't have Mulberry Telecommunications for an internet provider. So, you know, it was rough going and having to, you know, do the best that we could, literally drive into town sometimes to download things so our kids could do their homework was crazy, but we had to do it. So it just shows you the importance of being able to have high-speed internet, and you guys being able to bring it to the rural areas is just vital. And, you know, you do such a good job. I know you're expanding up into Carroll County, right?
We are. Yeah, we're actually building a new building in Flora that is supposed to be breaking ground. We're hoping soon. There's been some hang-ups there that's been a little beyond our control, but we've got a lot of fiber in the ground, and as soon as our building is built, we can get that fiber lit and start offering services to people in Flora and Bringhurst.
That's great.
And then with government funding and some things that are going on, we've got some other growth opportunities that are taking place as well. So stay tuned for that. And again, thank you to all of our sponsors tonight that help make these broadcasts possible.
Well, you know where I live, so you know.
If we ever get to your side of the county, I will let you know. Crawfordsville up by 11. We've seen a little bit of everything from Crawfordsville in this one. We've seen Bruton with the kills. We've seen Gaylor at the net with a block. That's probably 3 or 4 already in this game. She's adding to her block totals tonight.
Yeah, she's their leader in blocks. I mean, 6 foot tall up there. She has that wingspan. She is a phenomenal blocker. And they're going with a single block up there. So, it's not even like she's getting any help. She's, for the most part, just covering that net by herself most of the time.
Smith goes back to Starrett. Big
Another
swing.
solo by her.
Yeah, Gaylor again at the net. It's one thing to be tall, but she's also got the timing, the placement. She finds herself in the right spot a lot.
She does. And they have her up there blocking at the same time as number 11, who is not very tall, Jessica Tribble, their setter. She's not real tall, so, good lineup choice there for the coach. Her number one responsibility is to set. So, if she has to choose between blocking and setting, she's going to choose setting. 2, she's just going to soft block anyway. She's not a tall player. What do they have her listed at? 5'2". So most of the time, you're going to see Gaylor single solo blocking on the outside and the middle. But when you're 6 foot tall and you can block like that and you have that wingspan and you have that timing, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even against Macy Starrett.
Good problems to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
A team full
even
of seniors, a lot of height.
Yeah.
A team that's playing really well at 20-8 on the season, getting ready to go into sectional play with. It's a tough sectional, but Crawfordsville definitely has the talent to make some noise.
They do. I that is going to be a fun sectional.
12-point lead here in game number 3. Crawfordsville wins this one. It is over.
They never know what those sectionals are going to look like when they put the teams in and before the season ever starts. They pick the schools or what sectional they're going in. They have no idea what that's going to look like. They could not have scripted that one any better.
You saw a good block there. It wasn't from Gaylor. It was Brooklyn Mills, number 23 for Crawfordsville. Got the block on Perry. Smith goes to Stevenson. Just couldn't get enough on that time to get it over the net. Now 19-5, 6 points away from closing things out here. Getting their 3rd win in the Sagamore Conference on the season. Would Crawfordsville.
I was looking. Crawfordsville has 5 players that are the same height or taller than Brooklyn Perry, who's the tallest person on the Frankfort roster.
Yeah, we've said that all year long here at Frankfort. There's just not a lot of height, but grittiness. I mean, they've definitely fought.
Yeah. I think they've just got away from their game plan here on game 2 and 3. Usually they pass much better than this and play much better defense, and they've just got away from their game plan a little bit, and a lot of unforced errors in game 3 here. Right there's just not the normal for Macy Starrett. You don't see her make a lot of errors on that back row attack.
For these hot dogs, obviously have Crawfordsville here tonight. They'll go to Danville on October 6th for a Sagamore Conference matchup. And then there's the Twin Lakes Invite, where they'll play Rensselaer Central and Rochester. That'll round out their season before going into tournament play
And they could beat Danville, which then stirs up their conference even more. I mean, it's just crazy.
Stir it up, and then if you can pull out a win against Rensselaer Central and Rochester, get yourself back up over 500. I think at the end of the day, like you said, this has been a great job by Coach Rushton teaching this squad this year. She's got to be very happy. I mean, I know at the end of the day you want to win them all, but there's been victories even in some of the losses this year.
Absolutely. Even tonight, game one is a victory tonight. Game one, they played fantastic. And when you have a young team, you have to take those those little glimmers of hope. And game one, they played fantastic. They just have to be able to sustain that and put more than just one game together. And that goes to their youth. And tonight, just way too many unforced errors in this game three. And it's been interesting. It's not really been their young players making a lot of errors in game three. It unfortunately has been their more experienced players.
Crawfordsville has just one match left. That comes against Covington, and they'll get a little bit of a break before they face Danville in that opening round of sectionals.
Yeah, I'm a fan of more like Crawfordsville's schedule going into sectional than I am Frankfort's, but every coach likes it a little different, and I don't know if that's Kia's choice or just the schedule she got when she inherited the team. But, every coach is a little different. I don't like a late tournament. I don't like a late schedule tournament. Some coaches do. I like a couple tough games late in the season, but I don't like a tournament late in the season. I think you get player fatigue, a high risk of injury, so I don't particularly like a late season tournament, but with a young team, that may not be such a big deal, Yeah,
it's crazy to see. I mean, just looking at a lot of the teams that we've covered this year and the way their season's wrapped up, we've seen a variety of everything, Crawfordsville has just one game. They take almost a week off, and then they come back and play again as they get the 25-8 victory here in game number 3. But Frankfort's got a tournament to kind of end their season. We've seen Prairie where they packed 3 games in a row in a week before heading into postseason play, so a little bit of different. But anyway, your final thoughts on this one tonight, 25-8 here in game 3. What do you think about Crawfordsville?
I think Crawfordsville's playing great. They're very consistent. It's exactly what I expected out of them tonight. I think they played about the same in all 3 games, consistent. The score doesn't reflect really what they did. The score reflects what Frankfort did. I think Crawfordsville stays with what they're doing, stay consistent just like that, raise that level of play just a little bit for those other Sagamore Conference opponents that they're going to meet in sectional. I think they have as good a chance to win that sectional over at Western Boone as anyone, and I think they have the senior leadership to make it happen. I think they're a team to watch, certainly come sectional time.
There you see it on your screen right there, 25-20, 25-13, 25-8. Crawfordsville the winner over the Hot Dogs here tonight. For Laura Archibald and all the students, Richard Slee here at Frankfort High School, I am Sean Walker. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. I want to give a shout-out to Ed Niehaus in year number 40 here at Frankfort High School. Appreciate the athletic director for allowing us to come over and broadcast these matches and get them out to the viewing audience. It's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We appreciate you tuning in and hope you will join us next time.
At Defining Looks on Sagamore Parkway North in Lafayette, talk to a specialist and discuss your specific needs for wigs or toppers. Defining Looks is committed to helping anyone experiencing hair loss to lead a normal lifestyle. Our wigs are of the highest quality, allowing us to customize to your personal style. Shop our large selection for your medical, cosmetic, or fashion needs. Confident, bold, and fashionable. Be your own kind of beautiful at Defining Looks. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram.
Finding affordable quality reproductive health care isn't always easy. Did you know that there's now a family planning and reproductive health clinic in our area that is income-based? Services include Pap tests, breast cancer screenings, pregnancy tests, sexually transmitted infection and HIV testing, same-day birth control placement, filled prescriptions, and free condoms. Services are on an income-based sliding scale. Visit 1234 Rossville Avenue or call 659-6063 for more information or to schedule